Eins, zwei. Oh, das ist ein bisschen laut. Salut zusammen und herzlich willkommen zu dem Gespräch, zu dem ersten Gespräch auf dem Kanal mit dem Abt Pambo. Wie gesagt, wie im Intro erzählt, bin ich hier in Tansania im Volontariat und habe immer wieder die Möglichkeit, mit dem Abt hier zu reden. Er ist der Abt, der Vorsteher von einem der grössten Klöster der Missionsbenediktiner. Missionsbenediktiner sind hier schon seit einigen Jahrzehnten tätig in Tansania und der Abt Pambo ist quasi Chef über mehr als 100 Mönche da. Die sind zwar sehr, sehr verteilt in der Gegend, aber doch eine grosse Verantwortung und ein grosses Projekt, sehr viele Sachen, die da laufen. Ich habe mit dem Abt reden darüber, wie er zu seiner Berufung gekommen ist, zum Priester sein, zum Mönch sein und eben auch zum Abt und auch wie er die afrikanische Kirche im Moment wahrnimmt. Herzlich willkommen zu diesem Gespräch. Viel Spaß beim Reinschauen und bis bald. Baba Abt, thank you very much for taking your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
How are you today?
I'm very fine. I'm very fine after the hectic of long journey. But arriving here, seeing you very happy, and with all the services, thank you very much. We feel now relieved. Thank you.
Oh, thank you too. It's a pleasure to be here. By the way, would you prefer to have this talk in English or in German?
Yeah, in English is better.
It's better, good.
It's better.
But you're able to speak German, and we know.
Yeah.
It's very nice that you understand.
Yes.
So yeah, we're in Kipili. I'm here for since 1 week, and you come here regularly to Lake Tanganyika.
Yeah, since we have this special music group here, I come regularly for celebrating Mass and visiting also the program to see how they go on, they proceed on.
What is the purpose of that music class?
For us as Benedictines, liturgy is one of our hinges, core hinges of our life, our daily life, liturgy. And so we thought of having a music class to prepare the youngsters for our liturgical life in the monasteries. And so when we toasted this idea, also sisters wanted to join because the needs are the same. We needed to join. So we have confreres from Mvimwa Abbey and sisters from various convents.
So as I have seen, there are 5 novices, I would say, maybe, young men.
Yes, young men in initial formation. There are postulants and candidates as well. Yes.
And 4 sisters that have already taken the first profess, maybe?
Oh, yes.
So we celebrated Mass just before in the afternoon, early afternoon. Would you please share with us a few points that you made on the homily? Because me especially, I understood just a little bit of it.
Yes.
And I'm curious, and maybe also interesting for people to listen what you were preaching about. Maybe just a few things.
Really, at least one most important thing from the first reading. We are now reading these days the Acts of the Apostles. After the resurrection, the resurrection, the appearance of Jesus to the apostles, and then they became very, very actively preaching about the truth about Jesus, the truth about the resurrection. Yeah? And so today, my theme, I wanted to concentrate much on the theme of Peter as a new personality, a new person who has been touched by Jesus Christ himself, the risen Lord, and then he embraced really a new mission. This the point I was making. The Peter we knew before resurrection and the Peter we knew after resurrection are 2 different personalities. And what I was inviting my brothers and sisters, that Peter became another Peter because he was touched by Jesus. He was touched by Jesus in a special way. So I was inviting my brothers and sisters. We are being touched every day by Jesus through his words, through sacraments, through various teachings, and through even human beings we encounter every day. Jesus can touch us through our fellow brothers and sisters. And then my question is, do we remain the same person? So there is an invitation to change, to be another person, to embrace a new mission courageously, just the way Peter did.
As Abbot with a lot of experience now, I think it's 10 years.
Exactly.
And with, I think, a long history in belief and with Jesus. What are your needs to encounter Jesus?
Really?
Or maybe, I explain it better, not what you need, like what is your need as an Abbot in encountering Jesus, or in this encounter? What is your need?
Yeah. Jesus makes himself available to us, available for us. We need the ears, we need the eyes, we need the senses to encounter Jesus, because Jesus is appearing in our everyday life. As I said, first, through his word. So this is the basic need. Through the word of God that we listen every day, we read and learn, we encounter Jesus. But this Jesus wished himself to be concretely be visible in the lives of the people. As the Gospel of Matthew chapter 25 from verse 31. I was sick, you came to see me. I was hungry, you fed me. I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. I was naked, you clothed me. So these are realities we encounter every day in everyday life. So despite the word has made himself concrete in the word that we hear every time, but there are also the realities around every day.
Let me explain my question maybe differently, because I'm wondering, as an abbot, you have a lot of experience. People could think, yeah, he knows everything and there are no worries because he has been enlightened, let's say, maybe. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, what is your need from Jesus by encountering him? What is your need as a leader of a monastery? Can you share? It's a very personal question, but maybe you have something that you could share with us as if of your spiritual life, as somebody who seems to be very not qualified, but very far in relation to God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At least I took it serious, that the word of Jesus himself, when he said, I am the vine and you are the branches, and outside me you cannot live. So we have life only through him and in him. So in my work, in my service as abbot, I really this is my deepest need, to be united with Jesus. My relation to Jesus will give me energy, possibility to move out. It's the way I understand, and I feel that without him, yes, he called me and he gave me the necessary grace, but without him I cannot do. And it comes a time when he does through me. And understand, no, here it's not me, it's him. So they need to build this relation with Jesus every time, to maintain it through prayer, through meditation, every time, through reading the Word of God. This is my basic need, really.
You said something like Jesus called you, I think. Yeah. Can you share with us maybe a little bit when that happened and how that happened, this calling?
Yeah, I remember. I was still... very little boy. I remember that day. It was 1979, the Corpus Christi feast, the feast of Corpus Christi, 1979. We went to the church walking far away, and there was a procession. After Mass, there was a procession, and as children sit in front and looking everything. Now there was a priest whom I remember by name. He was called Francis, Father Francis. Had such an attractive character. The way he was celebrating Mass, the way he was preaching, and then later on we started that procession. I was feeling something. And then coming back to the church, I was just looking at that priest. And then when he was going out to the sacristy, he passed where we children were. And then he asked me, why are you looking at me like this? And then my direct answer was, I want to be like you. I want to be like you. And then he laughed. He held me by hand. I remember he held me by hand. And then he went to the sacristy, removed the clothes, and then he gave me bread. I tell you, that bread is sweet until today. I feel the taste of that bread at that age until today. I never changed the plan. Then years later, it was 1982, for the first time I saw an African Benedictine, a black Benedictine, African Benedictine. Then the dress, I said, well, and what's that? And then I asked, we were together with my mother. I said, who's that? And why is dressing like that? I said, you want to be, even that one is a priest, but it's an African like you. So it came to my mind. So, And which kind of... So he started explaining Benedict, because in my village there were Benedictines from Sangotinian. Benedictines from Sangotinian. We believe that to be a Benedictine, you need to be European, no? Because it's what we saw, Now, seeing that, my mother told me, you can be like him.
There's so many things that pop up in my head. First thing is a question. So how old were you? And the bread that you took, was it Eucharist?
No. It was a normal bread. Just a normal bread.
And you didn't have your first communion yet?
Not yet. It was not yet.
But I feel like it's very sensitive of this father to share bread with you. It's very interesting.
Yeah. In those days, I remember those good priests would give us chocolates and candies and bread. So bread was something very special. It was not for everybody. It was very special. So just being given by a priest, that was more meaning, more sounding.
The other thing that I was thinking now at the end of your story, of your telling, is that when you say that you thought that Benedictines have to be European, they have to be white, it just shows how much we need good examples that are also similar to us. So when we saw the Pope Leo in Africa, there was one thing that really stood up to me, and it was a black Madonna, an African Madonna, beautifully made. And I think that's a good example. It's beautiful that you have Jesus and Maria and Joseph as African people. I think it's so important.
Yeah. There was, I would say, a theology of a kind. Even some bishops were propagating that. We need images that are appealing to our own culture, our own ways of thinking, seeing and thinking, so that people understand more. And some really went far. That the crucifix, the Madonna, Saint Joseph, they put in order people that can understand, because formally we understood Jesus was white, and to be a priest you need to be white, but later on, this is not the reality. It's not the reality. But as time goes on and things are explained, we can know the distinction, and that does not bring any problem.
So when I look around the Mvimwa Abbey, I'm really fascinated and a little bit surprised even, maybe, and also not quite sure. There is so many things going on, and I think this is huge. And you thought Baba Abbot, he is like a CEO of a big company. And I've learned, I think you have 105 brothers.
Yes.
So it's one of the hugest monasteries of the Benedictine missionaries in the world, even, I think.
Yeah. One of, especially in our congregation, is one of. And we are relatively new, a new monastery. Our foundation just started in 1979, in Pentecost 1799. So to speak, until now, we don't have all the necessary infrastructures. That's why we will find everywhere there is construction going on, we don't have the necessary infrastructures. And we need these infrastructures for our own life as monks in the community, but also for apostolate. Yeah, that's why you see there is a construction of the hospital going on, and the VTC, which is very important to us, going on. So
VTC is the
vocational training center. Yeah, for the youngsters, where they learn various skills to prepare them for their life. So which is very important. So a lot is going on because we need to prepare a lot of enough infrastructures for our survival and for apostolate.
Now, as I said, it's 10 years that you're abbot. First question, how long do you intend to stay? No, maybe first that question, then I give it a second.
Yeah. At the moment, we have regulated our rules a little bit. Formally, an abbot was elected for life, and then we changed the vocabulary. We came to 12 years. And 12 years, it was again, not very much appealing. Then for an indefinite period. An indefinite period, that means any time where you feel tired or the community is not, you can decide to change. You can say. So There is not that I intend to remain for the whole life. No. Indefinite period, any time when there is need, you can give it away and do other things. Yeah.
And once you say, maybe you say it's enough, or you feel it's enough, what would you like to look back on? What would you like to look back on what you have done as an abbot?
The most important thing is how I built up a community, how I strengthened the community. This really I'm longing for. After my time out of office, I would be very happy if I built up a community, because building up a community is a project in a way. It's a project in a way. A community that is centered on Christ and Saint Benedict. This is my dream.
What do you think are your strongest qualities? Your strength?
Yeah. My strength, as I said once, my strength is my vocation first. I really feel that I was called to this life. This is my strength. So come sunshine, come rain, I feel that I was called to be a Benedictine monk. And out of this, I can do many other things. I can persevere many other things because I feel there is a true calling in me. This is number one. And number two, all that God is giving us, good friends, good neighbors, like yourself, is a strength. When you have good people around you, they really add value to your service. They add meaning to what you're doing. Yeah, because just a calling without people to save, that is meaningless. It's meaningless. But when people give you, God gives you people to serve, people to help, people to share your mission, that is another strength. Yes.
So I would like to come to a close of this talk, and I hope we have another chance to talk with each other.
Yes.
But just recently, as I said, Pope Leo was in Africa. And also Africa has extended the numbers of European Catholics. I'm just wondering what you feel about the Catholic Church in Africa, and what's your perspective on that topic?
Yeah, I feel the Catholic Church in Africa is becoming more vibrant, but not everywhere, because the evangelization was not even. To some part was very serious, and to some part was not. My perspective or my aspiration is that we still need deeper evangelization. If I can just evaluate the roots of faith, we don't have that much. There are some areas where really faith practices are there. The practice of faith are there. But the deeper roots, how deep is the faith? So I would like the deeper evangelization should be really our goal at the moment. Yes, we thank God that people are there who still love the church very much, and they are there for the church. Our churches are full, overcrowded even. But deeper, how deep is the faith? And it has been my question every time when we meet and evaluate our workers, evangelizers. So, well, how far can we move? With all this, how far can we move? So we need to deepen evangelization, in insistence on the Word of God, on the teachings of the church, the catechesis. In this way, we'll have a solid faith.
So that was one of my main motivations to come to Africa, or to go to a different continent where I can find Catholicism, to deepen my faith. And I think it has the vice versa effect on the people that see when you're an African and you've never been out of Tanzania, for example. I'm just imagining, I never talk with anybody about this. I just think about it. Maybe when you see this person from far away and he is sharing the same spirits or belief, and he's doing it with full heart, you think, oh wow, this is a global thing, a global phenomena, and it strengthens mine, but also the people that I encounter's faith, I believe. And I think that's a strength that we have as Catholic Church, that we're globalized first of all, but then also we have the same rituals. So for me, even though I'm in a different country, in a completely different context, I feel home, because it's basically the same.
Yes. I can see the way you participate in various celebrations. You are fully there. Your full presence is felt. It's felt from the first day. From the first day, you remember, it was just wow. The same feeling we have when we visit Korea or China or wherever, in the Philippines. You find, yes, I don't understand the language, but the rhythm is the same. And sometimes some people can be praying the rosary. I don't know their language, but I have my rosary. I'm praying silently in my own language. And then as a global phenomena, this is a real strength. And I believe we strengthen one another, and I'm very thankful nowadays with the development of communication and globalization. Seeing the television, you see the way we are following the Pope's journey everywhere. Really, you can just follow the mass and then see. This is a strength. So, wow, I have also to deepen mine, because you feel this is not just an unification; that is a deeper faith. Yeah. So we can influence. Yes, this is the term. We can influence one another.
Exactly. So thank you very much, Papa Abt. I really hope we have the chance to have another talk. I really like those short talks because it keeps the spirit high, and I think we repeat.
Yes, very well.
And I will keep praying for you and for your congregation and. Yeah, all the best.
Gabriel, I must mention, you are special. I said it, I wrote to you in a message. You are special, and what you are is a gift to us that you cannot imagine. So I thank you for coming, and thank you for everything that you're doing. Yes. Thank you for sharing, and you are evangelizing in a way. Yes. I thank you very much.
And we thank God for this, because it's gift of God, of course. So asante sana. Sind ihr dabei geblieben bis zum Schluss? Ich hoffe, euch hat das Gespräch gefallen. Gebt mir doch einen Kommentar, was ihr noch gerne mehr möchtet wissen. Ich werde weiterhin mit dem Abt Pambo Gespräch führen, ihn treffen, ihm Fragen stellen, Videos aufnehmen. Darum umso besser, wenn ihr auch Inputs gebt und mir Kommentare abgebt. Gebt mir auch ein Like und folgt dem Kanal und schreibt mir gerne auch eine Mail an die Adresse, die ich unten drauf geschrieben habe. Vielen Dank, bis bald. Ciao zusammen.